We just gonna get this right out the way.
Go ahead.
We were kind of in our feelings, or it was a conspiracy that you weren't a captain. How did you take it?
I mean, I ain't taking no type of way. I mean, it's just a team vote. You know, it's what the players voted on. But I still feel like my leadership role is a big part of this team as a defensive lineman. You know, being my fourth year, you know, coming on. So I still feel like my leadership role is very important. You know, just focusing on, you know, the team, just focusing on, you know, having a great season.
Travis?
Hey, Davon, I'm kind of going with the theme here with the questions today. Coach talked this morning about in-game adjustments and how players might have a bit of a tendency to stretch the truth by saying, I got doubled on that play, or everyone comes off the field saying that. I'm curious, how difficult is it for you as a player to process and recall how a particular play went in the heat of the moment? And then how do you escalate that knowledge or the concern of that play to the coaching staff?
I just try to look at it on the iPad when we get to the sideline. But, like, in the game, I don't worry about, I got double team, you know, this and that. You know, I just try to look at it when the coaches come and say, hey, look at this play. You know, I think he could be a little bit tired. I think he could be a little bit, you know, more violent. You know, I just look at it on the sideline and adjust to it. You know, I don't worry about it in game because if I do, like, it'll bother me on the next play. So I just kind of take it one play at a time.
Ruthie?
Davon, what do you think football is going to look like tonight?
It's what a game at tonight, KC?
Yes.
They have fans or no fans?
They do have fans. I don't know.
So I think
it's nodding his head.
It's going to be crazy, like, you know, going to New England on Sunday and sitting in the game without no fans. It's going to be crazy, but, I mean, you got to bring your own energy. I mean, that's what, you know, fans or no fans. You know, I think each and every game, you know, guys, you know, have to bring their own juice, you know, so it's going to be an interesting one on Sunday, you know, not having fans for the first time, you know, hey, it's going to be crazy, but, hey, you got to bring your own juice.
Soffit?
Van Noy said something to the same effect yesterday. He said, you know, without no fans, it may not even be a road game for you guys. I mean, he's played in that stadium so many times before. It's probably different for him, but you know, how much do you guys have to really bring the juice for each other as teammates?
I mean, you see it like in the bubble with the NBA. You know, any team is, you know, you got number one seeds going down. I mean, it's just, you know, it's no home field advantage. So I think, you know. I mean, we know we in New England, I mean, realistically, but, I mean, at the end of the day, it's no fans, it's no crowd noise. I think they can do crowd noise in the stadium, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's no fans. Those fans make a big difference, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's who wants it more. I mean, that's the best team that's going to win the game.
Joe Shad?
Hey, Davon, where do you guys feel like the program is as far as, you know, the rebuild?
Rebuild. I wouldn't call it a rebuild, but I just feel like a bunch of guys are hungry, man. I mean, me, myself, I mean, a lot of guys, you know, Van Noy coming from New England, E-Rob, you know, Bobby McCain. You got a lot of guys on this team, you know, I think the whole 53-man roster, including the practice squad, I mean, they're giving us great looks at practice. I mean, a lot of people are hungry, and a lot of people are ready to win around here. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about Sunday, the first game. You know, you got a lot of rookies playing in their first game, NFL game, you know, with this whole corona pandemic, no fans. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, you got to bring your own juice, man. I'm excited for Sunday.
Barry?
Hi, Davon. Nick Saban said a lot of nice things about Raekwon Davis. He also said the goal with him is to try to get the production to match the physical ability. When you've watched him these last 5 weeks, has this been someone who really wants to do well? Just your views after seeing him up close this last month.
Hey, man, I guess you guys just got to wait on Sunday to see him. It's going to be interesting, you know, just him, you know, just growing in training camp each and every day, you know, with the play calls and things like that. But like, you know, Coach Saban said, you know, he's great physical ability, man. He's, you know, 6'7", you know, 330, 328. You know, I mean, he's a big guy, man. So, I mean, that speaks for itself. But I guess you guys just got to stay tuned in on Sunday and shit.
Cam?
Davon, what's up, man?
What it do?
Van Noy said yesterday that his goal for this year is to help you guys win a playoff game for the first time in 20 years. Is that something y'all as a team have talked about, you know, circling that as a goal?
Hey, man, I'm just taking it one day at a time. You know, I mean, everybody have their different goals, but I'm just taking it one day at a time. You know, I'm pretty sure each and everybody is. I mean, we got to win the first game to win one playoff game. So, I mean, we haven't, you know, played the first game. So, I mean, hey, you know, we got to win this one on Sunday. You know, they all count, you know, just like a playoff game. So, I mean, because you got to win those to get towards the playoffs. So, I mean, you know, this week is going to be very weak. You know, New England Patriots is a division game. So, you know, I'm excited about it. Like I said, man, just taking it one game at a time.
Travis?
Hey, Davon, coming into year 4 for you now. This is your 7th game against the Patriots, I believe, and they've got a lot of continuity up front in the guys you match up with, Shaq Mason and David Andrews and Joe Tooney. How different is it for you to prepare for a team that you've seen so many times and guys you've gone up against so many times?
Don't get lulled to sleep. I think, a lot of people, when they see the same guy each and every time, like, oh, man, I know this guy. I've been playing him for 3 to 4 years. I just see him on Sunday, and then that's what a lot of people go wrong at. You kind of use the word of being complacent, So, just don't get complacent. They have, some great guys up front. They play together well as a team, but at the end of the day, man, you just got to stay hungry, never get complacent. So, I know I played those guys for, going on 4 years, but at the end of the day, everybody has an off season. Everybody either get better or they get worse, So, I just kind of take that same approach each and every game.
Omar?
I got to challenge you on something you said, bro.
Talk to me. Go ahead.
This franchise is not rebuilding?
Man, we trying to win, man. Y'all say last year we was tanking, man. Y'all said that last year we was tanking, man. I ain't never tanked a day in my life. I worked too hard to tank, man. You see me out here in this, 100-degree weather, I worked too hard to tank, man. I'm going to say, I'm going to practice this hard to go on Sunday and I'm going to lose. Man, no way in the world. I worked too hard to tank.
Ruthie?
They turn the lights off on me in here, man. That's crazy.
Davon, this is kind of going off of Travis's question. One guy that's...
That dude, Omar, is interesting, man. You got to watch him, man.
He's crazy.
You got to watch him, man.
This is kind of going off of Travis's question, because one guy that's not going to be the same is quarterback for like the first time maybe in your majority of your life.
Mm-hmm.
It all remind yourself oh, it's not Tom Brady that's playing for the New England Patriots anymore.
Hey, man, I think, I think somebody asked Coach Belichick one time. Tom, he moved on, so it's kind of focusing on, Cam Newton, at the end of the day, Tom did, wonderful things for that franchise, but at the end of the day, we're focusing on Cam Newton. We know, he's a superstar, so at the end of the day, we just kind of focusing on him, locked in on him with his intangibles that he can do, run and pass the ball. So I think it's going to be interesting, him playing in a new offense, in New England, so we just kind of locked in on him, just kind of focusing on him.
Alan?
Hey, Davon, I know you get excited going into any regular season, but compare the feeling this year when you guys brought in a lot of new players and you mentioned not rebuilding as opposed to last year when a whole lot of big name players actually headed out the door.
You mean it as saying bringing in new rookies and old players leaving?
I'm talking about this year you guys brought in a lot of new players, a lot of veteran free agents, a lot of draft picks. Last year, at this time, this was a team that had lost a lot of big name players.
Yeah,
man.
The
expectations were nothing last year.
It was, just kind of guys, been in last year, I'm talking about last year, guys you've been in training camp with, OTAs, and they kind of, got traded or whatever, it was kind of crazy, but at the end of the day, it's a business, man. This is what we all signed up for, we know the protocol with, signing up to playing football, signing up to play any professional sport, it's a business. One day you may be here, one day you may be gone. So at the end of the day, my advice to people, in this league, new rookies coming in, man, just being consistent and always, you always been evaluated, whether taking a walk to the bathroom or going out on the practice field. So I like to tell people to just always kind of stay consistent with who you are, whether what you're doing on the field, what you're doing off the field. So I kind of try to take that approach each and every day. Just know that somebody's coming from for your spot each and every day. So I kind of take that same approach, whether I'm on the field or whether I'm off the field. So I kind of take that, I kind of tell those rookies the same thing.
We're going to do one more for Cam.
Davon, you mentioned defending Cam earlier. How is it defending the guy who can, throw the 60-yard deep bomb and, 6'5", 250 can still try to run you over? How do you go about that as a defender, defending that type of guy?
I don't listen to nobody when they kind of said, oh, man, Cam, he lost it, he did this. Man, look, I look at it like, man, this dude was an MVP in our league. This dude was, Super Bowl runner-up. So, he led Carolina Panthers to the Super Bowl, so I don't kind of look at it like, man, this guy lost it. Last time I checked, he still can make every throw. He still can outrun people. So I'm kind of, taking that same approach on Sunday, man. He's a professional. He get paid just like I do. So, at the end of the day, he's a professional in his league. So I kind of take that same approach. Don't underestimate nobody. So I'm taking that same approach to Sunday's game.